Hello, this is your life path and personal year reading. You can find your personal year reading in the description box as far as like where it begins. Enjoy your session. Peace to you. Hey everybody, this is Aya. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, A Fairy Good Life. We are going to do a soul session first with life path number 5, and then we're going to do personal year 5. So if you're looking for the personal year session, then click on the timestamp in the description. And now let's get started. I call upon wisdom, insight, enlightenment. The goddess Lakshmi keeps coming up for prosperity, higher consciousness, enjoyment of life, beauty, and intellect. And I let go of the message of this reading, and I let it be what it is and how it's supposed to be for whoever it is supposed to be for. Okay. I let it. Let's do this. So, how are you guys doing? Life Path 5. You know you're ruled by Mercury. Which I don't agree with. I kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Life Path 5. Life Path number 5. Messages for you. Life Path 5. I'm going to start off with just a general synopsis, and then I'm going to do a Celtic spread. Life Path number 5. Wow. I'm just pulling all the cards because it helps me be able to see the whole story. I'm going to start talking soon. The first card that comes out is Windfall. Now this is a time card, like it's a season for, it's like you're in season to receive a blessing, to receive gifts, to receive something, you know, that you've been praying for, that you want. And it could be just grace, the grace of God coming to you, allowing good things to come into your life. You know, what's next to it is the cross energy, the Purusha energy, and its reverse. And so this windfall has to do with you needing to connect with your soul. So maybe you're going to receive specific instruction and energy that you need in order for you to connect to your soul life, which is a blessing because all of your gifts come from your soul. All of your love, all of the meaning in your life, everything that makes your life beautiful and profound, and the life that you want to live, that'll come from your soul. You being soulful, and you connecting would be important. Which I understand the journaling card has come out and it's reversed. I don't understand why that would be reversed, except if you weren't journaling and you need to journal. And so maybe there's like things inside of your soul that maybe you don't speak about, which is oftentimes the case for a lot of us. We don't often get a chance to really say what we really want to say from a soul level, and have it be heard. And the good thing about journaling is for your eyes only. And it doesn't have to be linear. Like some people are afraid to write because they're like, well, I'm not a writer. I've heard that before, but one of my favorite like scholastic teachers in elementary school, she used to have us come in and sit down and do this free association where, because I used to say that to her all the time, I don't know what to write. And she would be like, then write that. And I would eventually I would just write and I'd say blah 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 blah, and then eventually stuff started to flow. And so maybe that's something you need to do, because there's like a blockage happening here to where you're not talking, you're not writing, you're not but you're asking, you're praying for something. This is the faith card. Underneath the windfall card, which I think is very profound. Receiving a windfall and having faith, oftentimes we can ask for stuff and not have faith, but it looks like you have asked and you do have faith. You have faith in God that, you're going to receive what you want. But there's stipulations here. In the center of this reading is the Rose card reverse. Again, this is the Purusha reverse, your soul energy, you connecting to the source of your soul. There's an oversoul that has given us a soul, that we're a part of. And it's like you need to get to know that part of yourself. And the Rose card is about your inner beauty, your properties coming out as a fragrance of life, to be used, to be in all of your gifts and your personality, the richness of and the sacredness of who you are. And so why that would be reversed, let me tap into that. It's like you have this beautiful faith and you are getting what you asked for. Okay, so what's coming to me is that although you have faith in God, it's like you don't believe in yourself. And also I'm seeing that you want other people to see what you see and feel how you feel. There's like a disconnect between like relationship with the other and you feeling like, well, if other people don't see it, other people don't believe it, then it must not be true. It must not be me. The promise card, the rainbow card about you receiving your inheritance from God has come out reverse. That's why I'm saying there's like stipulations to this, and you do need assistance with this. Like you need help. In order, and it's the rainbow card is about your chakras as well, and that will keep you from feeling a flow of energy and feeling connected with your soul. So I recommend Reiki. You can sign up with me on my website. Yes, long distance Reiki does work, just as well as being in person, because energy isn't linear or based upon location. All right. Underneath the faith card is interesting. Is the first quarter moon, which is Sagittarius energy, and that's come out reverse. It's like you need to believe in something. Like your belief system it looks like it's going through a transformation, or you're being called to believe in a higher power, and maybe this is new to you. And not saying that, because if you're on my channel, it's not necessarily new, but it could be a more of an integration than you're used to. Chandra, the full moon, has also come out reversed. And so it's like, now I'm seeing that, like, maybe in your childhood you were taught one thing about God, but you're learning God is something else. You know, and even if you know intellectually, a lot of people are like, well, I already know, da, 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 da. But how you live, what you think, sometimes doesn't match. Like a lot of people say, I have this dream, I have that dream, but they don't put one foot in front of the other for one reason or another. And most of the time it's because of stuck energies that need to be dealt with, that need to be seen, that need to be heard, that need to be felt. That could also denote like some type of trauma healing that needs to happen, which you can also sign up for on my website. That would be under spiritual counseling. To be able to delve deep into your soul work and to ask your soul what it intended for your life to be. Because the full moon is about Mercury energy, which is what your life path is ruled by. It's Mercury energy, Virgo energy, Gemini energy, which would denote relationships being broken since it's reversed, and you going through a refinement. This is a lot of times full moon energy, Mercury energy is a lifelong pursuit of perfection, you know, and actually living a life that you want is deeper internally than the mind makes it out to be. This would be like very mental energy, maybe feeling like you can control things with your mind, or because you think it's supposed to happen, you know, and that could be good and bad. And that's not the case. A lot of times there's destiny involved. There's karma involved. There's lots of things involved. There's a lot for you to learn about the soul. Okay? It looks like there's a lot that you don't know, and maybe you're running off of, I don't even know, it looks like maybe the faith of your childhood, you know, and it needs to deepen, which means you need to go within and really check your belief system. It needs to be checked out. This is all very intricate surgical work, energetic surgical, energy surgery. This is what I like to call it. The lavender card is about you not relaxing because it's reversed. And so it's like, yeah, you're experiencing something that's normal, an awakening maybe, the beginnings of an awakening. Maybe you've been praying and asking to connect with your soul, to get in touch with your true self. The rose card is also about transformation. You know, maybe you're asking for transformation, but then when you get close to it, it might be frightening. The fairy tale card also came out on the side. And this is about you connecting and taking a new journey, doing something different, and maybe leaving your family behind and connecting with your masculine energy to be able to, or feminine, to be able to move forward into your most authentic life. And not just having blind faith and trust. And your faith has gotten you where you are. I love faith. It's needed. Sometimes I get faithless. I have Chiron in Sagittarius. I'm sorry, in the 9th house. It's in Taurus, but it's in the 9th house. And sometimes I struggle with my belief system, but it causes me to study and it causes me to dig deeper. You know, that's something that's really important as a being. The last card from this session, this part of the session, is Prakriti, reversed. Your indestructible or destructible nature and the need to surrender to your path. that's something that you're learning how to do right now. It looks like you're kind of like resisting your path instead of, it's a process, because you don't need to surrender blindly. Maybe you have done that in the past to where you have, and it looks like your faith is what gets you through, is what like helps you get blessings from God. You know, you believe in something, but your belief system is also being challenged greatly, and a need for maybe it's more study and to get with someone who you trust to assist you with this, looks like would be helpful to you. Not to follow anybody blindly, but to maybe get pointed in a direction to where you feel like, okay, I'm on the right path and I can sustain my energy and not be so stressed about it. Where are my cards? Behind me. So let's pull a Celtic spread for Life Path 5. I'm excited for you on your journey. You're not alone. Sometimes I feel like in such a rush, and I just want to slow down. Sometimes I just want to be able, is it okay with you guys? I'm like, I just really need to like kind of let that settle and not just be like, I'm just kind of like, Okay, Life Path 5. First card that comes out is the Strength card. And then what's crossing it is the Ten of Cups reverse. I can understand that. It is disappointing. It's like you feel disappointed by your family of origin or by your relationships. You don't feel like loved and taken care of, or just like satisfied with the amount of emotional like attention or support that you have or have not been getting. So we have the Strength card. It's like you're being kind to people anyway, even though you feel disappointed. You haven't quite like figured out like how you're going to move on, because you still feel like you need this family system for love and support, even though you feel like hurt in a lot of ways. The Eight of Swords is in your subconscious mind. And so you're kind of like keep holding yourself hostage here with these people in this situation. With loved ones, you don't feel loved. You might not feel seen. You don't feel heard. I'm seeing that you feel kind of like, kind of held hostage, but this is like a child energy that I'm getting. Like you felt this way ever since you were little. It's not new, and you don't necessarily like, and you still don't know what to do to break free. But the Eight of Swords would denote that you can, but you know, if you come out of those, if you come out of this, then it's like, then where do I go? That's why I feel like a little kid, like, I want to run away, but where do I go? You know, the Five of Cups reverse. Okay, so The Five of Cups would denote like an energy to where you're obsessing about emotional issues and problems and relationships that have plagued you for a while, and then you're not necessarily paying attention to the things you do have, you know. But the Five of Cups reverse is about you like beginning to come out of that slowly but surely. Maybe you're starting to, okay, I do have a little faith. I do receive blessings from God. I do have my own relationship with God. Because honestly, that's where everything in life stems from. Like I was saying before, it's like when you pray, you can literally move mountains if you pray with intense emotion and you mean it and you really want it. When you're really done and you're really fed up and you really want to see change and you cry out to God for just the journaling piece would be important, because you need to know what it is that you want. It seems like you don't really completely get it for yourself as far as like, where do you want to go? It's not like, can I leave? It's like, if you left, where would you want to go? And do you have the faith that that can actually happen for you? The Moon card is coming out again in the recent past. You have an aspiration in your heart. Like you really want to follow your instincts, you know, but instead it looks like your instinct is to like overly give, which would be draining, you know, or maybe overly receive. It could be the opposite, to where, well, what's coming to me, what's standing out is the guy receiving the coin. And since it's reversed, it's like you're rejecting. People are trying to offer you help and you're rejecting it. Maybe out of pride, you don't want to be the one in the receiving situation, on the receiving end. But why not? Why? You know? Is it because of emotional blackmail? That could be the case, to where you feel like if when certain people give to you, it's because they would like to hold it over your head. It's like you're fighting for independence. With the little bit of strength that you have. And I also say that with the Four of Pentacles here, hoarding your energy, holding on to your energy, not giving. This would denote like you having enough, you having the resources, but you, it's like you're, I can understand it. It's like you don't know what to do, where to go, who to give to, who to talk to, who to trust. You know, holding close, holding on to what you got. It's like, I'm gonna hold on to what little bit I got. Because not sure if I'm gonna have more later, or where my next like coin is gonna come from. So I gotta hold on to what I got. Let me keep going. In your environment, it's the Seven of Cups reverse. Okay. So it's like you keep on making like decisions that lead you to addiction type of energy. So the Seven of Cups reverse is addiction type energy, to where like you're drowning in a sea of your emotions that you can't, and it's also from others. It's from other people too. You're hanging out or dealing with like the wrong people, not really giving yourself space and time to heal. It looks like you don't want to be bothered, you know, and instead of talking and dealing or journaling, and you're holding all this stuff inside. Your fear position is the Ten of Pentacles reverse. This would denote complete and utter boredom. And I can see that here too, to where you're not moving. You're not moving. You're not moving your energy, breaking free the way you need to. And the last step is the Chariot, which is about you breaking away, breaking a Cancer energy, breaking away from family, really, and or just family systems. It's about you finally being like, I need to be independent. And the Chariot is about taking what little possessions, what little energy, what little money, what little of your dignity, whatever you have. I'm moving forward. My Chariot is broken down. Let's go anyway. You know. Let me pull this is deep for you. This is a deep reading. And it denotes like a lot of sadness, breaking away, dealing with addictions, barely having the emotional gusto because of a relationship that you keep thinking about in the past it's been haunting you and putting like a dark cloud over your head and making you feel like unsafe and fearful of giving to anyone else or taking things from anyone else. You know, you're like, it's like you can't trust anybody. You feel like if you go within, you can't trust your own emotions. You need some respite. You need some retreat. You need some healing. You need some attention paid to your inner child that maybe you have not had yet. That will help you. Let's see what's coming out. Prosperity, and then receive again, but it's coming out reverse. So, all right, so this windfall, you need to take it out of faith. And that's what I'm seeing from the beginning of this session, is that somebody is offering you something. You may feel like it's not what you want to do right now, but you need to step out in faith because you got to get out of this. This is like a way for you to get out of, or begin to get out of, whatever mud, quicksand of emotional drainage that you have kind of gotten yourself into here. So take the windfall, trust in God. You can always create a sigil and create an energy to where if you do take whatever it is that's being offered to you, it turns out for your highest and best good. This is where scribing and journaling comes in. If you guys want to know more about the things that I'm talking about, you can join me on my channel. You can sign up for a session with me. And I can help you get straight. Let's get it together. I'm going to move on to your personal year. Well, maybe it's not your personal year, but to the personal year 5. And I look forward to talking to you in the future. Peace. What is up, personal year number 5? I know this is an exciting time for you, getting to experience yourself having some movement in your life in 2021, as Mercury energy is very ambiguous. You know, it could be you traveling in your mind, but also actually traveling, you know, into another lifestyle, another world, learning, you know, so that you can do what you need to do for yourself. Relationships, talking to people, communication, life path number 5. You know, all those, personal year number 5, all those types of things, relationships, learning, traveling, are all things that denote movement, freedom, and energy. So let's kind of take a look. Personal year 5, do a little synopsis first before I do your spread. This is my deck that I'm making, by the way. Almost done with it. Kind of proud of it. Personal year 5. Alrighty, my name's Aya. I didn't say that. Welcome to my channel. Paravati, air energy, incense energy, solitude. Let's take a look at these 3 cards. Paravati, there's nothing on here yet. And it's reverse. So Paravati is about love, devotion, and family. And in the incense card here, is about air energy, listening to messages, listening to yourself, listening to your guides, anything that has to do with hearing a message, receiving a message, communication. Is something we were just kind of talking about in solitude. Okay, so this could maybe denote a breakup of a family, of a partnership, of love, or you wanting love, not having love, not having the relationships that you want, and needing to spend time by yourself, maybe listening and learning and healing and finding out why that is. But let's take a look. Personal year 5. Okay. It's not coming out easy. All right, coconut. So, all right, so there is, and Paravati also denotes devotion, which is really what I love about her. She wanted to marry, or wanted her consort to focus on her and to choose her, and because she wanted him, he didn't want her, because he was on like a higher spiritual level, and she wasn't on that, and so she got on that, and she became a yoke genie within her own right, focusing on raising her consciousness and her spiritual practice. And then one day he turned around and he's like, "Who is this?" And she's like, "Me, boo." You know what I'm saying? And so, and then they got married. That's that. That's the story. And so this could denote like somebody you want. And the coconut, I didn't even talk about the damn coconut. The coconut is about cleansing your energy. Coconuts absorb energy. So it's a secret. If you didn't know, you can buy a coconut, rub it on your body, all over your body, and it will absorb any negative energy. Is like a sacrifice, okay? And it'll take in your energy. You can even do it around your house. You can roll a coconut around your house, and it'll absorb the negative energies in your house, and then you, boom, break it outside. That's that. That's how you do that. So this, to me, it's like you're cleansing maybe from a negative experience of a relationship. Maybe you did it in the wrong way. You know, you can be devoted to somebody and give them your life force energy, but it could be like the wrong person. You could be devoted to the wrong thing. Say if somebody wants you to do something against your soul, you should not do it. I would assume that it was Paravati's path to become a higher spiritual being, and then it didn't hurt her, whether he wanted her or not, at the end of the day, to better herself in this way. Okay? And so if someone is asking you to go outside of your soul, outside of your character, to be with them, then you would end up in a world of hurt and needing to spend time by yourself, because you done messed up and you done went against yourself, and now you need to like recalibrate, cleanse your energy. The Purusha's card is coming out in reverse. Yeah, this is soul energy. You being in touch with your soul, with your true self, with your higher self though. The soul isn't connected to like our earthly desires. It's connected to the oversoul. is connected to where our soul comes from. And if you have gotten out of alignment with that, that will be your first priority. And it looks like after you do that, though, you will meet someone that's actually good for you. Homie, lover, friend. You'll meet someone that you'll see eye to eye with, that you can actually have real conversations with. Someone that you... Don't you love this card? I love my drawings. Oh my God, it's so cute. This is my dream. Well, you know, where you're sitting and playing cards. They were supposed to be playing cards, but it looks like they're drinking a cup of coffee, so I just let that ride. You know, where you're sitting and you're laughing and you're joking and you're sharing and you are beautiful to that person inside and out, and they're beautiful to you on the inside and out. And that is the type of energy that you want. But it looks like you're going to have to spend some time alone first. And I don't know how long that's going to be. This is for 2021. So just kind of like, maybe if you're lucky enough to read this now, to be looking at this now, then get started with that process. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Shamash energy. Reverse. Ooh, it looks like you were dealing with someone who was controlling, and maybe even like a magician in some way, like a master, very egotistic. And this could denote like energy even from your childhood, where your father was this way. We're not attracted to the people we're attracted to for no reason. It don't come out of thin air. And this is causing you to deal with like some sadness. This card looks like the When Doves Cry picture from Prince, and I'm going to change. But it's coming out reversed. Maybe your sadness is stuck. Sadness most of the time is connected to feelings of powerlessness. A lot of people don't like those types of emotions. Nobody wants to, like, you know how you feel powerless and you just feel like screaming, you know. But maybe that's something that you need to do, because holding in that sadness is making you feel faithless about like maybe meeting your next partner. And honestly, in order for anything to be manifested in your life, you gotta believe in it as if it has already occurred. Okay? And it looks like it is. It will be. But in the end, you ain't gonna believe it. Maybe you'll meet the person and you'll be like, I don't believe that. That's not possible because of all the things that you've been through, you know. But don't miss out on your blessing. Don't miss out because you got hurt. Continue to cleanse. Continue to self-actualize. Everything that we go through here in this earth plane, we're on a planet of learning, you know, of karma. So you're learning. You're going to be okay. I know you probably want to know, well, who is this next person I'm going to meet? How are they going to be? How do I know I found them? You're going to have to sign up for a session with me personally. You know, because I'm sitting here making large claims that you're going to find your homie, lover, friend. But I didn't say it. That's what the card said. So don't blame it on me if you don't find. But you have to put yourself on the path. It's not just, sometimes it just falls in our lap, maybe in our earlier years, especially when it comes to love. I'm not saying it doesn't happen as we get older, but you know, let me shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Life path, personal year 5. Personal year 5. We're going to look at your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual plane. Just start them out first. That's the Magician position. Ooh. Chariot. I'm not going to be able to lay all these cards down on here, am I? The Death position, and then the Sun. let's see. All right, so the magician would also denote the issues or gifts that you've gotten from your father or what you did not get from your father. And you got chaos from your father or from your father's side. The sun it kept on coming out as far as, well, just in the life path 5, I don't know, energy. I don't know if that's a thing with people with the life path number 5 of having issues with the father and having to deal with chaos and trauma that come from the father's line. But in the chariot position is the temperance card reversed. Now in 2021, it looks like this is something that you're going to be having to face and having to deal with. Because even when I just did the regular life path reading for life path 5 and not personal year 5, that's something that came up. So, and maybe in order to be free, because this is in the chariot position, the temperance card reversed is basically saying that you don't take risk in your life the way you need to. You hold back your energy, and maybe you're even like scattered in your energy. Maybe you'll have moments to where you're not living, and then you'll have moments to where your energy is all over the place. And it seems like it has something to do with your origins. And so getting chakra healing, trauma healing, again, I say, will be very important for you. You can sign up with me on my website. First, email me and let me know you're interested, and then we can work that out for you. The 9 of Pentacles in the death position is saying that you actually have some blessings and that are coming in for you from the gifts that you have, and maybe from work that you have done and accumulated this lifetime, and you may or may not be enjoying it. You need to make sure, and then I know, and I keep seeing this in your cards, that you're having an interesting experience to where you're grieving and you're dealing with sadness and you're dealing with hopelessness and maybe even like breakups and failed relationships, and you're having to think about like where you've been, where you're going, how you've gotten here, but at the same time, you're having these blessings that are coming in. And so you do have to deal with both at the same time. Life, a lot of times, is not either or. You know, it's not either feast or famine. Sometimes you can have feast and famine. You know, I mean, some people experience feast or famine, but you know, when I work with people, I try to get them to have a balance and pay attention to both, or else you can be drowned or disillusioned. You know, life isn't all just like I've arrived and everything's going my way, and life isn't all like I suck and nothing's going my way. It's always a combination of the two. So you got to give thanks for both, for your challenges and for the things that you consider a blessing. The 4 of Cups reversed in the Sun position would denote that, honestly, you don't really feel close to anybody in your life right now. You feel like either your friends are too far away, or maybe you might have people that are too much in your business that you would like to tell them back up out of your business. Okay? Whew. Okay. Let's look at your emotional plane. Emotions make you cry sometimes. Emotions make you cry sometimes, but most of all, they make you fall in love. A little 90s R&B for you. You're welcome. All right, that's Rome. Rome songs always make me laugh, but I always remember them. Y'all remember that song? Every time I see your face, it makes me wanna sing. And every time I think about your love, it drives me crazy. Say, my lady, ew, tell me what's wrong with your boyfriend. Okay, so I'm not going to give you any more because it's too much. It's too good. Okay? All right, let's look at your emotional plane while I'm being silly. Emotional plane. Okay, interesting. In the high priestess position, we have the sun, which would denote emotional givings that you've gotten from your mama. And it looks like she has shown her light and love on you and made you feel like you can do anything you want. This is where your faith comes in. This is the faith in the feminine. I'm gonna pull some more cards. Let me shut up. Let me just pull all of them. Okay. Okay. 14. These cards are going to fall off the table. I'm trying to put all these cards on here. All right, so yeah, your mom passed down to you a bold heart, a passionate energy, which in 2021 will be essential to you. And it looks like in your relationships with people, it won't just be like a romantic thing. And it looks like here with this this King of Cups is reversed. Not for you, but for me. In the Temperance position, that there is someone in your life that either is smothering you or is not caring for you, you know, and that's something that needs to be rectified. It looks like maybe you attract relationships, romantic relationships that are unhealthy, but in the community sense, this is in the Lover's position, the Eight of Swords. You like to teach people what you have learned. You are an avid learner. You like to share within the community, and it looks like you have time to do that. So maybe that's something that you could look into as far as like how to spend your time, because it looks like these emotional issues kind of drown you sometimes, you know, and make you focus on the negative parts of your life, which with trauma would do that too, to where you only see what's not going well. In the Strength position is the Seven of Cups, which would denote you meeting new people, connecting with people, and sharing who you are, sharing your emotional wealth with people. You have an excess of emotions and life to share, life lessons, and other people will see that and will want to know where you get all your strength from or your creativity from, and you'll be more than happy to open up and share with people, which will allow you to make new friends. In the in the Hangman position is the Queen of Fire, and this denotes like projects that you could possibly getting into in 2021 with other people. And I know I keep saying that, but that's really what's happening for you in your emotional plane, that you'll begin to do projects and start including people and learning how to have friends and cherish your friends through what you have to offer, and seeing that people do accept you and like you and love you for who you are. We already talked about this King of Cups here. In the Temperance position, in the Moon position, this is your aspirations, your heart's aspirations, is the Chariot. your heart's aspiration is for everyone to connect to the feminine principle that you feel so strongly about here from the heart of your mom, of your mother. And maybe it's you feel so strongly in your heart about women and issues that have to do with women because of maybe something you saw her go through. I'm seeing like here, like patterns, emotional patterns, and you wanting to, let me finish that. Emotional patterns that maybe your mom and your dad weren't like, your dad wasn't good for your mom or something like that. And so maybe you attract men who are like your dad or women who are like your dad. It depends on who's reading this, listening to this session. And you will like to pass on the things that you've seen, or maybe you haven't thought about this, but this is what I'm gathering. You know, the love of your mom permeates your emotional plane, and the lack of love or the trauma from your father permeates your physical plane. In the judgment position, it's just your fulfillment here, the medicine man, the magician. And again, this is about you having projects and connection, and you kind of being an example and being a leader and being confident in who you are. And this could be very much so by the end of 2021 that you're feeling this way, that you have become a peacemaker, so to speak, when it comes to your family and your friends. You learn kind of how to use the medicine of what you've been through, what you've seen, what you've heard, and connect it to the community in some way. So let's look into your mental plane. We want the mental plane. We want the mental plane. These cards are about to fall off the table. Mental. In my last reading, I put them down and I picked them up. But then I like to be able to reference what I put down. So I'm going to give it a whirl. This table's small. Okay. Okay. Mental. Right off the bat, that's the Empress position. That's the Hierophant position. Hermit. Justice. The Devil. Star. And then the World. Okay. Where I put these cards? Can you see them? Yes, you can. Okay, so in 2021, the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles in the Empress position, it means that you feel enslaved by the physical plane, like having to take care of your responsibilities, and whether it be because you're a father or a mother or just taking care of yourself. You hold everything in your head, and you really need to let your energy out. And in the Hierophant position is the Five of Wands. And this is like how you feel as far as being involved in society. It's like you feel like you may have to do some strange things sometimes in order to be in society or make a living, it looks like. And this is passed down from your childhood. It is not something new to you. This is energies that are within your family. And this Six of Pentacles in the Hermit position means that, you feel like you have your lot in life and you just got to do what you got to do. Irregardless of what It's like you're like people play their position, people play their part. I know my part, I know my position, I play my part, and I play my position. Now, whether that is healthy for you, it don't seem like that mindset is working for you. You know, so you have high ideals, like you really want to make a difference in this world, but it looks like there are certain things that have been passed down to you that have gotten in the way, and you need to get some help to sort those things out if you truly want to be happy. In the justice position is the high priestess reverse, and that talks about you kind of being too intuitive, too psychic. You're it's like overly empathetic, overly empathic. Like you're absorbing energies around you, and it's not allowing you to have like your energy and your mind to yourself. And so you would need someone to help you decipher between whose thoughts are whose. Are those my thoughts? Are those my feelings? Are those my wounds? Is this my issue? Or does it belong to someone else? Because some of these energies that you have are beautiful. And some of these energies belong to, like, say, your father, or to maybe to a father figure, or someone that's passed down some issues to you, and they are attached to your energy now, and you're feeling like you have to work those through. Now, it's really impossible to work through other people's issues. So what ends up happening during, like, say, a soul retrieval session is that those energies get spoken to and allowed to be removed and put in their proper place. And that's kind of hard to do on your own. Okay? You might need to get some assistance. Again, go to my website, afairygoodlife.com, which is in the description, and sign up for a session with me if you are experiencing these types of disruptions in your mental field. It'll be good for your mental health to get that sorted out. In the devil position is the Ace of Cups, which denotes love coming to you, and you maybe not wanting to accept it. And I can understand why. Just like it was saying at the beginning that you need to spend some time alone and maybe just get your energy together first. Solitude also denotes kind of like a cocoon type of energy, to where you're healing in a healing process. And then it comes a time where it's over. Because what I'm hearing is that some of you guys spend too much time in the healing process, and you don't ever get back to living your life. You know, or maybe you don't do the healing part of the solitude. You just spend time in the solitude, you know, and then you try to come out and you have not really transmuted, transformed, or gotten through any of your wounds, and so you end up doing the same things over again. So that needs to be rectified. In the star position is the World. Wow. So like I was saying before, you have really big dreams, okay? You have really big hopes and dreams. Maybe to be an environmentalist, to save the world in some way, to save the dolphins type of energy, which is amazing. It's beautiful, but you're having energy obtrusions and issues along the way that you may not, and maybe the love that you meet, or the love that you receive, the windfall of love that you get in your life, will show you how to get through this. Because maybe you need, maybe you do need love. Sometimes we need a loving relationship to show us that we're lovable and we're capable. And some people feel like they have never had love, and they don't want to hear what no healer or psychologist have to say. They just want love, you know, to prove to themselves and to their soul and to their psyche that they're capable of having that love. I don't know what that means for you. Maybe somebody needs to hear that. That's why I said it. And the Knight of Swords is in the World position. We have the World, which denotes you being someone who loves to learn. You know that learning fuels your life, and you're always in awe of this life, this world, energy, spirituality, anything that you can get your hands on mentally to continue learning, and it takes you someplace, you know. Let's see. The last plane is the spiritual plane. Let's see what comes out. I'm interested. You guys' energy is very multi-dimensional. It's not just like one-sided. There's a lot of things going on here for you. Personal year 5. Personal. And it just, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and the Fool. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so in the Emperor position for 2021, she's come out reverse. It's the Page of Wands, okay? This is you kind of wandering innocently through life. And on your journey, you have a lot of experience. You have had a lot of experiences, which is very personal year 5, or just the number 5 in general. It looks like and let me just move on to the Wheel of Fortune, which has the 8 of Pentacles reverse. The spirit world is not asking you to be perfect. It's just saying to share what you have to offer, which is your personal experiences and your story. This is about you like trying to do everything and feeling like you have to be everything and do everything, and you don't. Anytime that 8 of Pentacles comes out reverse, is saying that you're being a perfectionist. Stop it. Don't. Just don't. You know, like, it looks like being yourself, letting your personality, what you've been through, letting who you are guide you. You have some destiny things. Again, this denotes love coming to you. The Judgment card in the Tower reverse position is about your heart's fulfillment, about you impacting someone with love, or someone impacting your life with love. Again, that's something that's coming up. And then in the Fool position, you have the Page of Cups. So let this reading that we just did together guide you to knowing and understanding that your life is more about love than you know. It's about you. It's about you finding love, sharing love, speaking love, being love, and that would be personal year 5. That's interesting. So it's about, like, it seems like an adventure, you know, that you're going on in 2021, or whenever, whoever reads this, doesn't really matter about timing to me. That you'll like experience all of you, like how you're feeling, how you're doing, going through healing, and telling other people your story, letting people in and letting people go, learning and sharing, falling in love. You have a lot going on, making projects with people who it looks like you share some of the same magic with, being inspired by the feminine principles here on earth. So, I mean, you have a lot to do. In 2021, it looks like you won't have a dull moment, although it seems like you could be tempted to not do anything at all. You know, it seems like because of old patterns, you could be tempted to not have the adventure, you know, but you do have an option here to have the adventure of your life. It's up to you. And it looks like what hinges upon you allowing yourself to live is having going to some type of healing process, not by yourself, not in your head, you know, but reaching out and allowing someone to assist you out of old energy patterns that have plagued you and your family for a long time. And I'm going to draw an oracle card because it keeps on calling me. And then I will bid you farewell. Personal year 5. Passion, expansion. Personal year 5. Anger. Interesting. Not surprised. Not surprising. But it's come out reverse. You have anger inside that needs to be released. Miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. Get out of your own way. It looks like you dealing with your anger, rage, and safely expressing it will open up to you maybe what's already always been there in your life. A lot of times rage can be blinding to where you can't see the miracles and therefore you believe they're not happening when they actually are. Flow. It says find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. So working on your anger and will open up energies to where you'll start to see your miracles, because the miracle card came out reversed, which lets me know that you're not seeing your miracles. You feel like you don't have any. What am I talking about? What blessings? Like I was saying before, like some of the stuff you are feeling from your past haunts you. And you need to journal, talk, feel, go to therapy consistently, not just once. And even if you've done it before, try again. And then you'll be able to get into the flow that you've been longing for a long time, and maybe accept that new love that's supposed to come into you in 2021. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. My name is Ajaaya. My website is afairygoodlife.com. Feel free to join me for your own energy surgery through astrology, soul sessions, spiritual counseling, which would include trauma healing along with Reiki. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.